Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video it's going to be Guild Wars War 2 against the Soulless Hearts, and it's Green Day today. Didn't do too bad yesterday, won 5-0, but I scored kind of low because I used my safest brown team. I sometimes would rather have a safe win, if you know what I mean, rather than a risky potential loss. But yeah, Downtown and Twisted both doing good as usual. Today we're up against Soulless Hearts, and the first opponent is Offensive Name. The Mind Boggles, let's have a look. Bone Dragon, Emperor Corvash, Glaceon and Chief Stronghorn. So no hero to worry about here, so don't have to think about any champion talents or anything like that. Bone Dragon eliminates up to 25 armor on an enemy, creates 9 skulls boosted by armor eliminated, and gains a bunch of armor at the same time, and inflicts frozen when enemies deal skull damage. So that is going to come into play because as soon as we hit them with a skull, we're going to be frozen and lose our turn. Emperor Corvash, really good troop, deals a decent amount of true damage on the first 2 enemies, stuns them and drains their mana, as well as stun a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches is very good. Glaceon is normally at the top, but he's in 3rd place here. Transforms yellow to blue and red to Doom Skulls, as well as freeze the strongest enemy. So they've got a lot of freeze going on in his team. Reduce damage from skulls by 65% is again going to reduce the effectiveness of skulls. That's got skull reduction as well. And Chief Stronghorn pulls an enemy to 1st place, deals damage to them, boosted by attack, life and armor. Right, so this is a skull-based team. You would be frozen with skulls on this, but if we hit them with Essence of Evil first, then it shouldn't be too bad. Could go with something else. That would work. So that's going to be damage-based rather than skull-based. And that's just a bit of a fun messing around team, really. I might go with this. Nice to have the cleanse in there for this because of those potential freezes. Just make sure my banners are still correct because I do play around with these teams sometimes, and yeah, and okay, is that the right banner? Looks like it potentially could be wrong. Well, that's better already. Don't really want to use minus brown on Sycorax. Although I probably did pick that before because the blue is more important. You're not going to cast Sycorax using brown most of the time. Oh, that's why. So I will stick with that. That'd be why. Right. I mean, Geomancer class for this. Absolutely love Geomancer class. Reduce damage from skulls by 50% and all constructs. You start with 50% mana, which is the hero only, but that is absolutely fine as long as we get a good start. Impact, really good for removing those traits from the first enemy. As soon as they hit us with a skull, they're going to lose those traits, which is really good. This one is irrelevant. Anti-magic sphere, excellent. Tactician, really good because you don't need a mana source because we've already got a 50% start. Rock solid, gain a barrier when matching brown gems, which we will be doing. And Tree of Knowledge, gain enchant when matching green, which we're doing a lot. And Fortitude, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go with this team, I think. Got an okay start on blue and brown there, so that's not too bad. A little bit tempted by that. Don't have to cast Leprechaun straight away every single time if you think it's in your favour to do something else. Like here I could get... No, that's not going to make a 4 match on blue. Right, go Leprechaun. Huh. Literally nothing else afterwards. Tad unfortunate, but never mind. And no more green so far. Wow, we've got green now. That's not too bad. Could get the skull, which is going to make purple, which is going to make green. So I'll do this. That will take away his traits. Inflict frozen when enemies deal skull damage is a cool thing. Oh, that got applied first. Okay. Fair enough. I always make these strange, odd, little tiny mistakes sometimes. Typically on the first Guild Wars game. It's like I'm not fully awake yet or something. Let's stop him doing any more of that malarkey. Sometimes I do like to cast Essence of Evil twice, because basically when you got a troop like Queen Beatrix dealing all that scatter damage, it's going to increase the amount of damage you do. So if you've got somebody else dangerous, I'm not worried about them taking that because they are entangled. So I will cast this on somebody else. I do not want to get Queen Bee stunned. So that stops Corvash from doing that stun a random enemy, which could go onto my Beatrix, which I don't want. Right, we can cast her now. We've got extra damage then. Could do that, but we'll check around first to make sure that... Right, we'll definitely be doing that on green. I'll cast this first. She got a repeat cast. And that will pretty much do it. I'll try and get the team charged up if I can. Get more points if all your troops are charged, so it can make a difference. So for that reason, but also don't mind doing, let's get this and see if Queen Bee will finish off and get her mana back. No. So we finished with 3 out of 4 troops charged. Not too bad. And that was 3,238 Guild Wars points. Next up is Lord Tree Hick for Battle 2. Essence of Evil and Marilith Zul'Goth Leprechaun. So this team is all about getting fast mana gen for their Zul'Goth. Leprechaun, as you may well know, starts battles with full mana, explodes green, charges up the team really fast. Essence of Evil, fantastic weapon. Inflicts all negative status effects on an enemy and explode a load of gems of their mana colour. I'm going to probably have a team of that as well, so basically I need to get my Essence of Evil charged before they do and cast it on their Essence of Evil. Marilith is another good mana generator, so yeah, so this is about getting Zul'Goth up quickly, so I need to absolutely stop this. I could go with my Skull team, but with Zul'Goth in 3rd place means I need to get rid of 2 lots of mana generators before I get to him. So that's dangerous. No. Risky. This looks like it'll be okay. Just check their champion talents. This is always an important thing to do. Hunter's Mark. Chill of Death. So could do with the cleanse. Icy Veil. Create an ice storm at the start. This is interesting. So they're going to create a blue storm. So with this team, I can actually take advantage of that. Sometimes if you have the benefit of scouting the opponent, you can actually take advantage of something like this. And that's what I'm going to do right here. A blue storm is going to help my Beatrix and my Sycorax. With Sycorax, the way it doubles those colours and then creates 3 more. He's kind of like all the trolls rolled into one. He's absolutely superb. So he charges your team up as well as gives life to all people of that colour. So anything on green or blue, this is really, really good. Just going to double check my banner is okay. Yep. So Geomancer class again. Same team. Hopefully the same result. We'll take that and party. Right. That's really good. Happy with this start. Wasn't too worried about the giant gem. No, it explodes things, but we're going to get to explode stuff anyway. We'll chuck... Oh, there's stealthy. I didn't pay attention to that bit. Alright, let's throw that onto him. Now. Go B. Nothing much out of that. It's the only danger. You've got to be so careful because they get their Essence of Evil up. I'll definitely give them a slap with that. Grab a dollop of that. A splash of that. And we've still got a load of green there. This should be an extra turn and life for the team, which it was. Can keep on doing this with Sycorax, but it's very even. 11, 11, 11. 11's everywhere. 11 on green and blue, which are our main colours, so we'll just take that normally. Now, yeah, they've got +3 green. You can see the enemy's mana surge by pressing the options button or the equivalent button on your favoured Guild Wars Gems of War playing device. So if they've got a mana surge on that, they are actually going to get enough to get charged. So I can't really stop it either unless I cast my own Leprechaun. I can't target them yet. I could wing it with Beatrix, see what happens. And she's done the job. Sometimes just go with the flow and see what happens. Now let's shut up their Leprechaun. Cast B and win. Well, that was rather smooth. That was 1,397 points, I believe. Fight 3 is against Smiley Forest. Smiley Forest. Okay. Pycea, Ocea's Tome Aquaticus, Daughter of Vice. Sounds like it's got potential to be pretty dangerous. Daughter of Ice converts red to blue and starts with full mana. So let's take a look at why they would do that. So Pycea, then destroy all green gems, create blue equal to the number of green destroyed, with 2 independent 30% chances to devour a random enemy. And you know how Guild Wars likes to make those sort of things happen on a regular basis. So we have to be definitely wary of that. Reduce damage from skulls by 30%. Ocea's Tome, excellent weapon, really good. A mana generator explodes 4 gems for each blue ally and each elemental. So 1, 2, 3, and I think Aquaticus is the only elemental, so that's going to be 16 exploded gems. That is plenty for decent mana gen. Aquaticus submerges all allies when matching 4 or more, so we'll be immune to our Beatrix damage if they get a 4 match, so can't risk this team. And nope, that's a funny team. So I'm going to have to go with this one, I think. This is the only teams I have set up at the moment. But it's still pretty good. If I can chuck my Essence of Evil on one of them, nice and quick, that could be really effective. Also, they're going to start entangled because we have a Root Trap in this. Start with a Leaf Storm. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one, I reckon. Just check my banner is correct. +2 green, +1 brown, -1 red looks hunky-dory. So yeah, let's go in with some, hopefully some potentially ludicrous skull damage. Alright, let's check around for 4 matches first. Our Wild King is frozen right now. They're going to convert red to blue. Don't mind them doing that if there's no major benefit. They've got a 3 match there and a 3 match there. That's lucky. If that was one more along, that would have then dropped them ones down and gave them a 4 match as well, but it doesn't. So that is actually going to be okay. Really important to check these things thoroughly, because you can almost effectively make them almost waste that turn. They are getting some benefit from it, so it's not completely wasted at all. Of course, by getting those blue, They're doing that give 4 attack to all blue allies when matching blue gems as well. So I might try and disrupt this. Can't really do a lot with it there. Can't really do a lot with it there, so Right, let's just see if I can get my Essence of Evil up. Got +3 green. If this is a mana surge, then good. Right, now what's the best call of action next? Is it to chuck Essence of Evil on Pycea? On the hero? Stop Daughter of Ice from casting? Stop her from doing anything annoying? I think I'm going to chuck Essence of Evil on the hero because they're already submerged, and that is going to destroy more gems on the board, which might give me an advantage. And the red to blue is still not a big deal for them right now. Right, let's do that. That worked out absolutely fine. Take these skull hits because that is extra damage. Shall I cast more Leprechaun now? I don't know. This is why I'm mullering. What's a mullering? Mulling and thinking. Just because you've got rid of the main threats doesn't mean to say that someone like this cannot be dangerous, because the better you win at Guild Wars, the more points you get. Could take that. Now let's cast this. Oh, that was a lovely. Oh, flippin' heck. Very tasty. Don't think we've even got to cast my Wild King or Queen yet. Is that it? Yeah, it is, because they're Hunter's Marked. So, yeah, the Wild King and Queen didn't even get needed to be called into action there. Very nice. And that was 1,542 Guild Wars points. Battle 4 against the champion is against Deadeye, and hopefully I be dead after this. Not I be dead as in me, I be dead as in him dead. Sorry, Deadeye, but that's the name of the game. Let's try and beat you. Anyway, Web Spinner, Fist of Zorn, Essence of Evil, and Draxius, 2 empowered troops here, as well as the danger of Web Spinner, dealing triple skull damage to poisoned and webbed enemies. Fist of Zorn starts with full mana, converts yellow to skulls, and gives 24 attack to the first ally, making Web Spinner even more deadly. And Draxius also starts battles with full mana and converts brown to skulls, then curses and death marks all dwarves. But they're not really worried about that part, it's just the converting brown to skulls, which is the good bit. And then obviously the weapon, Essence of Evil. Very, very good weapon. Absolutely love it. Alright, let's check out the champion talents. I'm going to freeze somebody at the start. Create a Dust Storm at the start. Rock Solid, Lightning Strike, Fortitude. Right, 2 ways of dealing with Web Spinner that I really, really like. And that is something like Archer class, because one of my champion talents is Root Trap. It's quite an early talent, so you can get this nice and early in Archer class, and it's in other champion talents too. Entangle the first enemy at the start of the battle. It gives you several attempts to get rid of that Web Spinner before it can do that triple skull damage. You've got to be really unlucky for those low percentage chances to come in and to get cleansed really quickly, so good way to go about it. Another way is to use Impact on Geomancer class or something like that to again stun it and take away that. Could go that route because we're doing damage to all with this team. Impact, inflict, stun when enemies deal skull damage to me is good, because it means they only really get to do that damage once. And if you can get a barrier at the start, then they won't be doing it at all. Right, no, but I fancy this team. This is the one that calls out to me the most, especially because of the root trap. If they're entangled, they can create as many skulls as they want, and it ain't going to make any difference. But let's see what's going on with these conversions first. Always the first thing to do, convert yellow gems to skulls. Well, there's only 2 skulls there, and they're right in the bottom, so don't have to worry about that from them. And then brown to skulls, so I don't have to worry about them either. So the important thing now, and I do like to explain these things from a new player's perspective, show the tactics involved and strategy and things like that, is you want to change the board as little as possible now. The AI absolutely will cast one of these or the other, and because that is completely safe, you want to change as little as possible while getting mana for yourself. This is going to be pretty good. I can do it this way or this way, because that is going to make that into a brown. Just going to make that into a skull, that to a skull. I mean, just give me a single skull hit afterwards, whichever way, so I will take it this way. There you go, that's completely safe. But now they got yellow to skulls, so again, we have to be absolutely wary of this. To counter this, I am going to not think about this, because they obviously have that. They are entangled, but the AI has a habit of cleansing itself when it really needs it the most. So I'm going to cast Essence of Evil on Web Spinner, make doubly sure that none of that bad stuff happens. And there's only a 10% chance that Web Spinner will get cured from all that on the start of the next round. So I'm going to give him a whack, and we're getting an extra turn as well, because these brown are going to drop down to there. And they are gone. Now, a lot of green on the board, a lot of skulls, really good chance for the Wild Queen to do her thing. She's been sacked from my teams so many times for her unreliability. Come on, woman. Don't let me down. Go wild. Thank you. That wasn't too bad. Now let's do it again. That's better. Wild Queen, you're back in my good books. Well done. Pat on the back award for you. And that was 1,674 points. Last battle against the Paragon is against Prickly Peach. That is a peach you don't want to eat. That is going to sting and scrape and do all sorts of funny things. Anyway, Savage, Hunter, the Lord of Slaughter, Apotheosis, and what we got? Arboreal Crystal. In Thief class, let's just check this. They're bound to be stealthy. Yep. Really good to have a stealthy hero on these kind of teams, because this has a summon, and it means they get a chance to basically bring someone else back into the game, because you can't actually target them initially. So I could go to the damage all team. This technically would be not too bad. Got 50% skull reduction with this, which is going to reduce the effect of that deal, double skull damage versus green, which effectively makes it back to normal skull damage, but they have Hunter's Mark as well, so in fact that will be a lot more damage. So this is risky. No, I don't like that. Do they have any freezes or anything like that? No. Right. So I'm going to go back to the other team then. Still going to chuck on that root trap on them. Yeah, I'm going to go with this team again. Let's go aggressive on them. Nice start with a green and purple here. Absolutely do that. Right. Convert green to skulls. This is dangerous if the Wild Queen messes up. They are still entangled. I suppose I could chuck this. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to throw that on them first. They can't do that anymore. Now I'll cast the Wild Queen and hope A, she doesn't mess up, and B, she doesn't mess up and then Savage Hunter recover immediately. You could get this now. But the fact I've got this over here means this should be a pretty safe cast. So I can get this now, get some extra mana for my weapon. I'll do that as well because this is going to be good for my Wild King. Go Wild Queen! Literally. Don't cast on the troop that's already entangled because you're not stealing any mana from them, because when you entangle someone, their attack is reduced to 0, so there's nothing to steal. So we will grab that. Right, now the Wild King wants to get involved. Well, I think he should. He creates yellow with this, so there's a good spattering of yellow there. Let's go for it. That worked out fine. Essence of Evil effect is already on the first opponent. They are due to get their summon though, so I could take them out with a skull hit. That's going to do plenty of damage. Yeah, they did get to do that. Never mind, never mind. Just got to make sure we take them out before they get to do it again. They are entangled though. So just slowed the progress of the team down just ever so slightly. Don't really want this to keep on getting charged up because they keep on getting a summon. They're not going to get blue and purple for their weapon. I suppose I can just hope that stays the same. Oh, I think I set them up for that. Never mind. Alright, let's just reapply that on them. Right, recovered. Good. Now, who's the best? Wild Queen or Wild King? There's no attack to steal. There's more green than anything else, so even though there's no attack to steal, I'm still going to go with the Wild Queen. She was good to me last time. And there we go. Well done, the Wild Queen. You're back in my good books. And what did we get for that? That was 1,754 Guild Wars points. So another 5-0 day. So that's 2 5-0 everybody's dead days in a row to go along with the 6 5-0 days we had last time. So good going at the moment on Guild Wars. Let's take a look at the total for the day. $9,605. Not too bad. Not sure anybody else has played yet. Nope. So Twisted and Downtown still to go. So yeah, good day. Happy with that. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, found anything useful, or found any good tips you think, that's quite nifty, I might borrow that, feel free to borrow that. And don't forget to tell your guild, your dogs, cats, sheep, budgies, donkeys, sheepdogs, iguanas, meerkats, I don't know, any pets you got to just tell everyone. It's all good news. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was Guild Wars. I'll be back tomorrow for the next day. Bye for now.